Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, how are you? It's Ed here. Welcome back to the Insomniac Drive-In. How are you doing, my friends? I hope you are having a good Thursday. A little crazy over on this end, so things may be a little bit here and there for the next little bit, but we are going to still bring you a lot of good content. I'm hoping to do Friday night creature features tomorrow night because it's my favorite night, and I'm hoping to do that, and also Saturday night. Hoping to watch some horror movies on that night for Creature Double Feature and Chiller Theater and Fright Night, and maybe even go see Godzilla this weekend. We are going to see what that all entails. But the reason that we are here today is I am at the start of a collection. I am a huge wrestling fan. I started watching in probably 1985, and I watched feverishly up through just before the Attitude Era began, and left. I was a WCW guy for a while. Then I came back to the WWF, and I have been pretty much watching since then. There was a couple little breaks in there, but I'm really enjoying what they're doing this year with the build to WrestleMania. I am a month behind, though, so don't spoil anything. I don't have cable, so I watch everything exclusively through Peacock, so that means I have to wait a month for Raw and SmackDown to get there. So it's been, I started around SummerSlam this year, and it's been really fun actually, staying away from spoilers and all that stuff. And it's kind of like the old days where I really don't know what's going on, and it's fun. And I had to kind of take myself off of some YouTube channels and some Facebook pages that, did a lot of the behind the scenes stuff and, did reporting on the stuff. But anyway, that's not why we are here today. We are here to talk about a figure line. I was a big collector of the original big rubber LJN wrestling guys. I had the ring, I had the steel cage, and I had most of the figures. And I loved them. I still have a couple. I think I gave them to my cousins when I stopped playing with them. And I'm not quite sure where they ended up after that, but I know they enjoyed them for a good while after I did. I still have a few. I have like Kamala and Hulk Hogan with the white shirt and the red pants. But then I remember this line when it was out, but I didn't really collect it because I was past getting wrestling figures. I had moved on to other things, and I was getting to be a teenager, and it was more music and movies. But then recently, Jason over on New 80s Revolution was talking about this line, and I went back and I took a look at it, and I'm like, oh my God, it's everybody. It was my WWF was this line, and it's the Hasbro line that the WWF did from 1990 to 1994. There is about 11 series and 100 figures, and that includes some tag team packs, some mail-away figures, about 3 or 4 mail-away figures, and 2 rings. I'm probably never going to get my hands on the rings, just because they're so expensive on eBay, and I don't really want to break the bank on these, and nor does my wife. But I'm going to get the figures loose when I can, and I know what price range I want to spend on these, and we're going to get a whole bunch of them, and I have a bookcase already that I'm hoping to display them on. So this is the first figure, and it is from Series 3. Yeah, you know this guy. Maybe you know this guy. If you're an old wrestling fan, it's the Mountie. Yes, Jacques Rougeau. The Rougeau brothers came into the WWF or a little after I started watching as fan favorites and faces. And then along the way, they became bad guys, or heels as they're known, managed by Jimmy Hart. And they had such a good run as heels. One of the best tag teams out there, Jacques and Raymond. After a while, I believe Raymond retired, and he did some commentating with the WWF. And Jacques stayed on and was repackaged as the Mountie. And one of my favorite matches, I think it was SummerSlam, was him and the Big Boss Man, where the loser had to spend a night in jail. So silly. But it was such a great, it was a great match, a great little feud. Probably the highlight of his run as the Mountie. And did he have maybe he was the Intercontinental Champion too, along the way. I don't remember if he lost it to, if Brett beat him or he lost to Brett. But anyway, I have to go back. I'm still only in 1977, so I haven't had a huge lot of time to watch stuff. So here is the Mountie. Give you a little up close. Look at that. His little head still turns pretty good, and his body turns good, and his arms. I don't know. Some of them are supposed to have actions, but I don't quite know what his action is. It doesn't quite work. And he might have had a baton or something, but you know, he was a loose figure, and I got him really cheap, so I wasn't really worried about that. Here's the back of him. So he's just a great looking figure. I never thought the Mountie would be the first figure of anything that I ever collected, but I really like them. They really captured it, and I love the cartoon look of the figures. It reminds me of Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling, which I hope to track down again someday because I haven't seen them in a real long time. But the figures they're sturdy. I believe he stands all by himself, so I don't need to get any, you know, like doll holders or anything. And I just love them. I love the size of them. The hat has some great, you know, great design to it, and you know, all the costume. They got everything right on this figure, and I enjoyed it. Now I have another one coming probably by next week. We'll do another video on the second figure, so that's 2 down, and that figure is going to be a Series 1 figure, so that is exciting. And I'm going to try to get him loose. I don't think I'm going to try to hunt him down on card because it's just going to be too crazy. And I like to hold stuff. I like to, you know, packages are nice, but I like to be able to hold stuff and get up close and actually look at, oh yeah, there's buttons on the pockets and all that kind of stuff. So just a little video today. There you go, the Mountie, the first of the Hasbro figures. This was a Series 3 figure, I believe, and it's just great, and I can't wait to get more of these guys. I'm quickly falling in love with them, and the line is just probably the greatest roster that the WWF had at the time, and it was everybody I was watching in the late 80s and early up into pretty much the end of Hulkamania, when he left in 91 or 92. So it's going to be fun, and we're going to do some more. I have a couple other eBay-ish items that I want to show you guys, and maybe we'll do that as either part of Creature Features this weekend or part of the other monster memories as we get into the weekend. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your Thursday, and I thank you for coming and checking out the page. Please leave some comments. Did you have any of the Hasbro figures? Did you have any that you didn't get that you wanted, or some that you were just disappointed in? Leave a comment below, and you know, if you are here finding our page for the first time, please give us a subscribe if you'd like, because we're going to go through all of these, as many as these little suckers I can get. So thanks for checking us out. Have a good Thursday. Watch the skies. You never know when a Mountie may be falling on you. Take care, guys. Bye.